Rivers State crisis. Peter Obi condemns National Assembly's voice vote, says democracy is on decline. Yes, so on a big decline. Former presidential candidate Peter Obi has strongly criticized the National Assembly for approving an emergency rule proclamation for Rivers State through a voice vote. Voice vote. I never heard am before. Voice vote. That means people might not even be there. They will say, oh yeah, send your voice vote, and then they will tell us that, this is the vote, and so they've approved it that yes, Fubara'S should remain suspended. How can you be doing a voice vote? Now what? Calling it a violation of constitutional principles and a dangerous precedent for Nigeria's democracy. While still agonizing over the ongoing deterioration of democracy in our nation, especially with the situation in Rivers State, and trying to reach out to our National Assembly members not to support and sustain the unconstitutionality and arbitrariness, I just heard that they have added salt to injury by using a voice vote to pass the illegality. Obi stated in his reaction, I'm telling you, they are now doing anything that they like, and they are doing it in a manner that nobody can do anything. People will just rant, and that's the end. That's what they are doing. Is this democracy? You are doing voice vote. Send your vote via voice. I agree. I accept. I agree that Fubara'S should be suspended. I vote that Fubara'S should be suspended via voice vote. Now what? According to the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria as amended, a two-thirds of majority of both legislative chambers is required for such a decision. Obi stressed that the Constitution is clear that this cannot be done through a voice vote, but by calling individuals to answer yes or no. Legal experts and democracy advocates have echoed Obi's concerns, arguing that a voice vote undermines transparency. Yes, now. You cannot determine a two-thirds majority by a voice vote. Obi argued, warning that such practices threaten the integrity of the democratic processes. There's no democracy in this country again. The former Anambra State governor warned against setting a precedent that erodes democratic accountability. While a two-thirds majority is crucial, it does not justify bypassing proper procedures or undermining the principle of transparency and accountability. He criticized the National Assembly for failing to follow due process. Now, baby, they are president now, so how they go follow due process? The use of a voice vote in such a significant decision not only disregards constitutional requirements, but also erodes public trust in the democratic process as well as the transparency and integrity of the National Assembly. Of course, they don't have transparency in the first place, and they were not following the constitutional requirements to start with. The president did not follow it, so how do you expect this National Assembly to follow it? They will not follow it. They will not. Decisions with national implications, Obi emphasized, must be handled with care. Decisions of such magnitude must be made with integrity, following the letter and spirit of the law. Now you sabi integrity, they no sabi integrity. They don't care for transparency. They don't care for anything. As long as there is money in their pockets, they will not say the truth. As long as they have money in their pockets. He lamented the manner in which the emergency proclamation was approved. It is disheartening that a decision as crucial as approving an emergency proclamation, one that could alter the course of the nation, has been handled with such casual disregard for constitutional standards. The Constitution explicitly outlines the voting process for such decisions. The 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, as amended, clearly requires that such a proclamation must be approved by at least two-thirds of all members of each House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. Obi stressed that a voice vote does not meet this standard. Yes, a simple call of aye or nay cannot accurately measure this crucial threshold. He called for adherence to legislative procedures when a supermajority is required. It demands a recorded vote, whether by division, roll call, or electronic means. This isn't just a technicality. It is a matter of law and legitimacy. Exactly. You are not present. They are calling you on the phone and saying, do you agree? Yes. Even if you are under duress inside your house, maybe they don't put something to your head and say, yeah, say yes. The former governor highlighted the importance of established legislative rules. The Senate standing orders and House rules were established to ensure that decisions of this magnitude are made transparently with accountability. Ignoring these rules, Obi warned, is a dangerous path. Ignoring this procedure is not just an oversight, it is a betrayal of the democratic process. Well, there's no democracy again. I'll keep on saying it. He cautioned that this set of precedents for further democratic erosion, a voice vote for such a critical matter is not just insufficient, it is a dangerous precedent. If we can bend the rules so easily, what stops us from undermining other pillars of democracy? The implications they want could extend beyond emergency proclamations. Today, it is a voice vote on a state of emergency. Tomorrow, it could be a voice vote on citizens' fundamental rights, expressing disappointment in lawmakers who question their commitment to the Constitution. It is painful to think that members of the National Assembly who swore to uphold the Constitution could participate in a process that sidesteps the very essence of due process. It posed a critical question. We must ask ourselves, if the law no longer anchors our decision, then what does? This is more than just a procedural flaw, Obi stressed. It is a warning that this is not just a flawed procedure. It is a warning signal. He urged Nigerians and democratic institutions to remain vigilant. We cannot afford to keep gambling with the soul of our democracy. Sahara reporters have reported that the House of Representatives overwhelmingly voted in favor of President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State. Sahara reporters have reported that the House of Representatives overwhelmingly voted in favor of President Bola Tinubu's declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. The decision came during a plenary session on Thursday where lawmakers debated the emergency rule imposed amidst the ongoing political crisis in the oil-rich state. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, had confirmed that 240 lawmakers attended the session. So 240 attended. How are we so sure that 240 attended when it was voice vote that Igbo did? Satisfying the quorum requirements. No wahala. Israel Authority says the Constitution is being overturned for recklessness. How come that those who sought to uphold the Constitution have turned it to shred? Are we really moving forward in our democracy, or we are sliding backwards? We don't have democracy again. There's no democracy anywhere again. The politicians should know that one day they shall account for their deeds to God when they leave the world. Do they tell you that they care? They don't care. Emmanuel Udense says that's the covering or assassination of the truth, honesty, and democracy. Oh, a set of evil, wicked people have hijacked this blessed country. Yes, so they have really hijacked it. Mitchell says Tinubu has introduced this type of democracy which has been adopted in Lagos for decades to Nigeria. Buhari has never been friendly to Nigeria. He truncated the Second Republic that had the potential of making Nigeria great. He spearheaded all the impunities through his unholy alliances that just gave birth to APC. Says, well, God will help us. Doing voice votes. Now what? My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.